All right, and welcome everybody. Let's just make sure everything's working fine on the stream. And I think we are good. We are live. Welcome to Canada for round 3. 1 second. I'm not hearing much from the game right now, so let's adjust this slightly. There you go. And anyways, welcome to round 3 of, tier 3, round 8 of 18 for the ISRL Season 3 Championship. We are at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Canada, the ISRL home race here today. And it's just, we got a little bit of time elapsed in qualifying already, 13 minutes left. And F1 Richie currently has the best time with a 109.2. 17 drivers on the grid right now. We have Astunik, who's already not going to be completing a lap. And only 5 laps set so far. So F1 Richie, as mentioned, 109.2. Hilton Matt with a 109.8. We got some nice triples there. Mason Harris 2000, who got in the lobby in the Ferrari, 110.3. Fallen Monkey's right behind him with a 110.5. Crago 82 driving in as a reserve for Renault with a 110.7. And then sliding in there, did I see another time shot? I think that was Yend right after. Joe Dimas with a 111, and then Yend in the McLaren setting a 112.4. That's how we stand so far in qualifying. There's 12 minutes left though. And let me just get this stream shared a little bit on Facebook. Welcome to everybody who's in the stream so far. Thank you for tuning in. Hope we have an exciting race on our hands here. Going into, there's a bit of a shake-up to the championship here, in the sense that Marksmelo, the driver who's been dominating the last couple of Grand Prix, has been moved up into Tier 2. So he had moved himself up into second in the championship, but of course now he's going to be racing in Tier 2. So that's going to kind of shake up the order a little bit. Of course, he was way too fast for this tier. He was setting lap times comparable to the higher end of Tier 2 and Tier 1, so he had to move up, and that should shake up the order just a bit here. So it's not because he's not there. He's actually going to be, if he is racing today, he's going to be racing later. Yeah, Marksmelo moving up a tier, so that's going to affect kind of the hunt for the championship there. Mivako still in first. He's got a quali ban today, though, so he's going to be starting at the back of the grid, which really opens up opportunities for guys like F1 Richie or who else is up there? I mean, Astunik is going to be starting at the back as well. Catastrophic usually likes to start at the back. It's been his strategy every race so far this season to do just a couple of slow laps during qualifying and then start at the back of the grid. So we might see him do that again here. Canada is a very good track for this split stream. You want to run a low downforce setup so you can coast up to everybody down these long straights. And it's such a high-speed track that DRS is going to be crucial around here. And, well, you know, Catastrophic's really making the most of that. I don't think he's going to be qualifying towards the back on a track like a street circuit or a track like Hungary, but he's making it work on tracks like Monza, and we're going to see for Canada getting 2 Driver of the Week nominations, actually, or Driver of the Week wins so far this season, actually, for his efforts, carving his way up through the field race after race, it seems. Definitely a driver to watch this season. Mo goes 3rd fastest with 110.2. That's a pretty good time for the AlphaTauri driver, to be completely honest with you. He's had some good pace. We've seen him get some very good pace in some races so far this year. Tends to be a bit plagued by bad luck, and it's kind of cost him quite a bit of points, but he's always, I would say, close enough to the front that one of these times everything's going to come together for him, and we should see Chilmo with an excellent result, hopefully sooner rather than later there. He's been set for even almost a podium finish a few times so far this season. Just not able to tie it all together when it counts, and it's cost him in the championship. I'm going to actually pull up the standings right here. And here you go. Yeah, so Mivako out in front, 192 points. Catastrophic in second now, 3rd overall. with 159 points. F1 Richie 152 points right behind him. So it does seem like a big gap, but it's if Mivako does not finish a race and F1 Richie or Catastrophic win that race, they're in front of Mivako because they are going to be getting 40 points. Astunik with a 115 in 5th place. He's had a couple of unlucky races so far in the recent Grand Prix. That's dropped him down the order a bit, but there's still a lot of season to go, and I think he might be able to catch up. Got some strong circuits coming up for him as well. Azen and Bilton Matt, or it'd be Bilton Matt and then Azen at 99 and 94 points each. Kloonberg in 8th at 74. Hartman 56 points in 9th, and then the deck 53 points in 10th. Fallen Monkey's right behind though, 53 points as well in 11th place, getting himself way up the championship order after that podium last week in Silverstone. And he's looking to repeat the feat. It is his home race today. We're going to see if he's able to do so. It's going to be a tricky Grand Prix. There's, as mentioned earlier, this is such a quick circuit, and DRS is so useful that you got to maximize your corner exit all the time. You got to be very, very careful, very hyper aware of all the cars behind you as well, because if you get caught snoozing, it's very easy to lose a position or 6, down a straightaway. In their comments, Chris says, good morning, Tier 3 boys, it's race day, good luck. And then Astunik is making jokes about Carter not being in the co-com booth. I'm not sure where Carter is right now. He definitely should invest in a better alarm clock. Joseph Cozy, about to start his lap. He's the best of the rest champ for Tier 3 last season, finishing 4th in the standings at the end of the year. But of course, with some driver changes and people coming down from the higher tiers, he's been a bit pushed down the grid so far this season. He's been getting very unlucky, wrong place, wrong time, getting caught up in some incidents that just weren't his fault, held up in the pits. Just a victim of someone else's incident kind of washing up in front of him on the racetrack. And he's not, I know just from talking to him, not super happy with this season so far. He's currently down in 17th in the driver's standings with 20 points. But looking to finally turn his luck around. On the medium tires right now on qualifying, let's get the tire data up actually. Scar Logan, he's up into P7 on those medium tires. He's done 3 laps on them though, so I think those are just kind of some banker laps before he sets his real lap time on the softs. Joe Dimas in the 111s, that was on the soft, so he's the lowest qualifier on the soft tires. Cozy, I think, just not liking the feel of those mediums. He's going to go dive back right into the pits. Wouter Blau says, go Mason Harris, his favorite driver. I heard actually that Wouter has a poster of Mason Harris on his bedroom wall. He's been his idol since a very early age. But anyway, 6 minutes left in qualifying. Getting towards the end here. A lot of drivers in the pits. We're going to start seeing the final hot laps soon enough. Let's look at our fitted tires. Yes, fitted tires. To see who's coming out. ISRL X. He set his lap time. It's a 1:11.06, and going to be going back out there. He is still on the mediums. And I think maybe trying to start the race on the mediums is going to be interesting to see if that strategy does work for him. Canada is a very, very quick racetrack, but that also means a lot of tire wear. And while you're not going to get the kind of tire problems you would see at Silverstone, where you're getting a lot of overheating because of high-speed corners, you are getting a lot of heavy braking zone, and of course that wears out the tires. It wears them out a bit more evenly, so you're not going to be struggling as much on one side or worrying about tire grip or even temperatures as much, but you are going to have to change your tires, and a 2-stop is possible around here. I'm fairly sure, at least in practice, it seemed feasible. And we're going to see, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of strategy these drivers go with, because if you start on the mediums, it kind of guarantees you the option of a one-stop if you switch over to the hards, and on certain tracks, just a one-stop onto the softs as well. So you're going to have to wait and see here. Hopefully we got our Amazon tire graphics for the predicted tire strategy coming up soon. Let's take another look into our comments on YouTube. Let's see, Jordan is making some jokes, extra rotation saying, isn't Mr. Blue Sweet Crown? Yes, it's Mr. Blue's Sweet Crown's brother's account, but Sweet Crown uses it when he says bad words to people on the internet, and gets banned for a week. ISRL Esports coming around, oh, smacks off the wall of champions there. That's going to cost him a lot of time. You can see that end plate coming off, and I think he's going to beat his time, but because he smacked onto the wall, actually invalidating it. So not only does he ruin now his pair of medium tires, but he's going to lose an end plate. He's going to have to go pit and change that. He cannot go out for another lap right now. F1 Richie back on track. That's an invalidated lap for F1 Richie, but I believe it's his out lap. So, or is it? Yeah, I think it is. Down the straight here, reaching speeds of up to over 300 kilometers. Hard braking zone into this left-right chicane here. You want to take a lot of curve on that first right-hander on the inside, and that's how you get around. And F1 Richie, that was a pretty competitive lap time. I thought it was his out lap. It wasn't. It's only 109.2, but it was an invalidated lap. Is he going to go again, though? I think he might be. We're gonna stay on board with. Oh, he's invalidated again though. So F1 Richie not getting any luck. He's in second. He's on the front row. So at the very worst, he's gonna be okay with the lap time that he's already set. Of course, it's always nice to be able to snatch pole. He's very close from it. He might get just another chance here at the end of the session. Aizen retiring in fifth, so 110, 139. That's his final time. I don't know what what is the weather for the race? We're going to have to see here. We're going to get our insider info in just a second. Not sure what's happened there.
Oh, I lost the car and went right into.
Seems to have been a bit of an off there between the Ferrari and the Mercedes. I was trying to figure out what the weather was going to be, so I missed that. But I think Fallen Monkey's just having a bit of a moment there with the car and getting together with Mason Harris, or maybe just Mason Harris just wrong place, wrong time. My phone's showing me the weather. That's great, phone. Thank you for hearing me say that. But no, I was talking about the weather in the game. Minute left in qualifying, though. That means Mason Harris isn't going to get another lap time in. Fallen Monkeys might just be able to if he doesn't have any wing damage. Chill Mo is on a hot lap right now. We're going to ride on board with him shortly. I think Yend is coming across the line, and Yend goes up into P5. So great lap from the McLaren, getting himself up way up the grid. He was in P8, going up 3 positions here. Fallen Monkey's going into the pits. That's going to be the end of his session. ISRL X got that front wing change. He's back on track, and is he on the mediums? I believe he is.
No. Yeah, but no, I completely butchered that.
He is. So another go on the mediums. I think he really wants to start on the harder compound tire compared to the softs that everyone else is using. We're going to be interesting to see Chill Mo on his lap, and that was a much slower lap time, so I think he might just be going for it now. He's pushing hard. No. Yeah, there he goes. Oh, and is that ISRL X? Yeah, in the wall there. I'm not sure what happened to him, but having a bit of a misadventure, or maybe a miscommunication with his car, and collecting that barrier there, I do hope he's not impeding too many people. That car is kind of parked right on the exit near the runoff there. I think Bilton Matt here, he's the only one still to finish, but his lap invalidated, so that's not going to lead to anything. So I believe this is it. This might just be the final classifications here for qualifying. Bilton Matt on pole with a 109.127. F1 Richie 109.207. Separated by just a tenth of a second on the front row. Mason Harris starting in third with a 109.620. Fallen Monkeys P4 the 109.7. That's a great start for him after his podium last race. Yen 92 109.9. That's a great lap from the McLaren at the end of the session. Crago, the reserve driver, in the Renault with a 110.032. Chilmo and Azen starting right behind him. Azen with a 110.1 and Chilmo with a 110.2. So a good start for Chilmo in the top 10. I'm sure he's going to be quite happy with that. Joe Dimas with a 110.3 in 9th. And then Scar Logan in 10th, rounding out the top 10. Everyone below them gets free tire choice. ISRL X, Hartman, Joseph Cozy, The Deck, Mivako, Estunik, and Catastrophic. 5 drivers choosing not to set times, or perhaps accidentally not setting times just through invalidation, as we are just waiting for the last cars to retire from the session, and then we can get back on. Someone in our chat is asking why so little people set times. I know some people like to start near the back just to stay out of accidents. It's a strategy. So they don't set a lap time on purpose. Mivako had a qualifying ban, which is why he did not set a lap time. Yes, hello Gixie. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you on track in about an hour and a half. Yep. Other drivers, that's a good point, Jordan. Other drivers potentially just trying a medium hard strategy, so they want to start outside of the top 10 just to ensure that they can get that medium on. Oh, Fallen Monkeys with a 5 grid drop after that collision with Mason Harris. So that's going to drop him all the way down into 9th, I believe. 8th or 9th. That is going to hurt there. That was a good qualifying run from Fallen Monkeys in to get that car all the way up into 4th, and now he's going to start right next to his teammate, Joe Dimas, a little bit further down the grid. Still inside the top 10 though, so at least he's not starting out of the top 10 on his top 10 tires. But still quite unfortunate there. I think he just lost the car, and Mason Harris had nowhere to go but into the side of him. And so, I mean, not entirely his fault, but still pretty unfortunate as far as qualifying incidents go. Getting started now, you can see those gaps there in qualifying. But on to the race. Yeah, it's round 8 about to start, and after this, we have next weekend, it's the Mexican Grand Prix for the halfway mark of the season. And with Mivako in the lead, if it's up to him at this point, I think it's his championship to lose. He's got a nearly 40-point gap to the car behind him. He's starting at the back today, but he's known for being extremely fast around some of these circuits. We've seen... Mason Harris readying up, so that's going to be a penalty coming his way. And Mark Smello stopping by in the chat. Mark Smello, hope to see you on track later today. The man who is too fast for Tier 3. He'll go down. He'll go down as a legend one day. Getting off onto the formation lap, though. Built Matt, F1 Richie, Mason Harris, Yend, Craigo, Azen, Chilmo, Joe Dimaz, Fallen Monkeys, ISRL Scarlo LPC, ISRL X, Hartman Esports, Joseph Cozy, The Deck, Mivako, Istunik, and Catastrophic. That's your grid for today. Two Red Bulls starting together, the two Ferraris are starting together, the two Mercedes are starting together, and the two McLarens are starting one in front of another. So there's going to be some teammate games going on, I think, in today's race. It's going to be interesting to see if they're playing the nice card and they're going to help their teammate up the grid, maybe let them through as needed, or if we're going to see some inter-team battles. We've seen it with the Alfa Romeos, we've seen it with the McLarens, and I believe we've seen a few with the Red Bulls so far this season. So we're gonna be waiting, and if just for the start and for the first opening laps, I hope we get some green flag racing off the bat here. Safety cars can wait until the end of the race, because this track is so much fun when the field is packed up together and near the start of the race. As
X is word on the pit wall. ISRL X will not be overly nice to his teammate.
The word on the pit wall is that there's no team orders going down in the Alfa Romeo garage. ISRL X saying he is going to make his car as wide as possible, make sure Mivako does not get past them. He's not playing nice on the racetrack, he says. That just means Mivako isn't going to play nice either, and unfortunately for X, I think Mivako has a couple of cards hidden up his sleeve that he's yet to pull this season. And we're getting ready here for the 5 laps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're off, and it's a decent start from everybody, getting off to a good start. Actually, the Ferrari's getting off a little bit slow, holding up Yen in the back, and Built Matt gets off cleanly. Right up to the front, F1 Richie getting up ahead of then Mason Harris, able to slot in behind the two McLarens after that. There's a bit of glitches going on with the timing screen, but we're going to look at the on-track action, guys, cutting through the grass there, trying to get the best possible line. Is that Chilmo already near the front? It is. Chilmo getting up a couple positions here off of the start, getting ahead of one of the McLarens. And then Joe Dimaz a little bit further down. Oh, and that's a Fallen Monkeys, I believe. Yes, it's one of the Mercedes making a collision with the wall there. Not sure what led to that. F1 Richie and Mason Harris, so now they're going to start hunting down the Williams of Built and Matt. They got Yen right behind them too to keep them company. And then Chilmo and P5, that's a great start for the AlphaTauri driver. Up 2 positions from where he started. Craigo, he had a fast start in the Renault, down down to 8th place. He's down 3 spots. Catastrophic up 3 as well, so he's starting his run up the field at this point into the last chicane. You can see them just sliding in through there. Ooh, there you go. I'm getting a bit of a sound bug there. You can hear the cars for a little bit. Hopefully that's not affecting you guys too much. Looking at the leaders starting to carve their lead, but it's in the back here behind Chilmo that we're going to see a lot of fighting. The Amazon predicted pit stop strategy, there it is, the 2-stop. So you can do, or actually there's a 3-stop predicted too. I don't think any driver is going to be opting to do that one though. Soft, medium's probably what we're going to see from a lot of these guys. Chilmo though, trying to catch back up to Yend here. Trying to fend off Azen as well. Azen has had a fairly good season so far. In terms of championship, he's in a respectable 7th, and he's trying to chase down Built Matt, who's in the lead right now. He's trying to chase down Istunik, who's in 16th right now. So, not quite sure what happened to Istunik off the start. He's dropped quite far back as well. Oh, Shilmo getting passed by Aizen there. That's going to be an easy move for the McLaren. Oh, but they're going to start fighting. Shilmo going to try to go around the outside. Not able to. Aizen positioning his car perfectly there. And you saw Joe Dimas with a big moment behind him as he tried to avoid the Alpha Tower. He just got a better exit and had to react to it. Shilmo down the straight. I believe DRS is open this lap, so we're going to see if he has it here. And yeah, opening up that rear wing is going to get an extra 20 kilometers per hour down the straight. Not close enough to make a move here, though. And Joe Dimas lurking in the background. Shilmo, he got a great start, but now he has to capitalize on it. Make sure that he keeps his car in a scoring position, because if you start getting swallowed up by that field, it's so easy to just keep dropping. There's just a move going on in the background there. That must have been ISRL Esports on Ixen. It is, and are they going to keep fighting down the straight? Yes, they are. ISRL Ixen very close. So you saw him swerve out of the way. They're going to go side by side here. Bit of swerving there as ISRL is forcing Hartman to the inside. Swerving back in front. Oh, and ISRL is going to dive into the pits. So a bit of elbows out there from the Alfa Romeo driver, only to dive into the pits right after. Not sure how kindly Hartman is going to take to that. Racing him pretty hard there just to give up the position anyways. But that gives Hartman 10th place. Now we got a little bit of a train of 3 cars here behind Joe Dimas. That's Craigo and Scar Logan battling. Scar Logan in the Haas, we've seen a little bit of him earlier this season. He had a couple of runs, I believe, early on in the year in Austria, amongst others, where running well in the top 10. I think in 4th even in one of our races. He's down in 9th right now in the Haas. We haven't seen too much of the Haas's because we only have one on the grid right now. And he's trying to get back up in front of the Renault of Craigo, who's stuck behind Joe Dimas. But with DRS here, it's starting to become a bit of a DRS train. You really got to tuck in behind that car, or that's right in front of you, and you got to get close. And Scar Logan not able to do it this time because Craigo is thinking about making a move on Joe Dimas. Is he going to think? No, he's not going to go down the inside there. Craigo taking his time. Oh, is that Yend getting ahead of Mason Harris? Yes, it is. Mason Harris must have made a mistake there because Yend is way ahead of him. And Joseph Cozy with a spin in turn 1 as well. So some cars going off on the racetrack at all ends of it. Oh, look at how loose Mason Harris is getting through that corner. Just the rear end of that car scraping and makes contact with the wall there. That was a bit weird. Something going on with that Ferrari, lacking downforce. He's missing an end plate there. Mason Harris losing 2 positions to the Mivaku taking a penalty. That's going to affect him later, I believe. Oh, Scar Logan and Craigo going side by side through the hairpin. They're still going to be side by side down the straight. And who's going to get the toe of the Mercedes ahead? And they're both too far, so they're going to be going side by side all the way to the end. Are they going to go through the chicane next to each other? No, Craigo diving in behind Scar Logan and tucking back in there. Oh, Mason Harris is out. What happened to Mason Harris? I think he's just going into the pits there and retiring. Getting damage. I didn't see anything wrong with that car, though, that could have stopped him from completing this race. He was before his first round of pit stops. And just diving in the pits and retiring, seemingly out of frustration there for Mason Harris. So that's going to have to be looked at towards the at the end of this race. Catastrophic working his way up the field. He's not as high as I expected him to be, though. Down in 12th behind his teammate. The 2 racing points splitting the Red Bulls. Okay, sorry, I just got tagged in the Discord there, trying to make sure it wasn't anybody who's trying to get back in the race or something like that. the deck, though, he's chasing down Hartman. It's going to be interesting to see if the Racing Point driver can make a move there. The Hartman, I believe, yeah, Hartman is on the soft tire, so the deck on the medium is going to be going longer into this race. But not necessarily faster at this stage. I believe the soft tires are good for 10 to 12 laps at the most. I think most drivers are going to be pitting around lap 8 or 9, though. So possibly we're going to be seeing that Red Bull diving into the pits soon. Ooh. Going a bit wide there for Hartman. I think that's going to open the door for the deck. Yeah, look at that. Much better exit for the pink racing car there. And around the outside of the hairpin, got to make it stick. You got to have confidence going around the outside there, and he does, and gets ahead of Hartman well before the DRS point. And I believe he is going to get DRS. So Hartman, kind of a sitting duck there, just forced to tuck in behind the deck, and hope that he doesn't lose too much time down the straight. Hartman, actually, there you go. He dives into the pits. He's going to get off the soft tires, as well as Scar Logan into the pits to get off the mediums. Now, this one I wasn't expecting. Oh, he does have some front wing damage, so that explains it. Going to put another set of mediums on that car. Hartman as well. Oh, Hartman's already back out, so Hartman's going to jump Scar Logan in the pits. Yep, there you go. And the Red Bull making up a free spot in the pit thanks to a quick pit stop, no wing damage, and out he goes. And Stunik in the pit as well. Another front wing change for the AlphaTauri. And a driver that's been racing very well. I do want to talk, I mentioned it during qualifying, I want to talk about it again. The other AlphaTauri of Chill Mo in P5 right now, in part due to Mason Harris disconnecting, in part due to guys like Scar Logan pitting. But he's running very well for AlphaTauri in the top 5. And if he can stay there, that's going to be a huge haul of points for him. It's going to help his season tremendously. Mivako getting quite close to Joe Dimas right behind him. Oh, and that's a lot of cars pitting. Is Mivako going to pit? No, Mivako's going to keep going. He's on the medium tires anyways. And Mivako promoting himself up into P3. F1 Richie pitting, though. So it's going to be interesting where he comes out. He's going to be coming out in... that's look like it's 5th ahead of... Yeah, 5th ahead of Joseph Cozy, who still has not pitted to get off the mediums, I believe. Oh, look at F1 Richie and Yen going at it right after the pit stop there. Yes, Yen must have made a mistake because F1 Richie caught up to him very quick. Or actually, does Yen have a problem here? Yen does have a problem. Yen with a huge problem. His front wing is missing. And he's got big damage there. Not sure what happened. He must have smacked the wall of champions. Or a similar wall there on the right-hand side of the track, because he's missing a big chunk of his front wing. And that's why F1 Richie was able to catch up to him so quickly. I think Aizen is going to catch up to him as well. And it's lucky for Yen that I believe this was his turn to pit. But unlucky that he's going to lose so much time on the racetrack here. And Built Matt is going to dive into the pits. That's going to promote Mivako in the lead and the deck into P2. And so these guys, they haven't pit yet. They do have to pit at least once. Possibly twice, but Mivako in the deck out in the lead right now, and Bilton Matt is there in P3, so he's coming out right behind them. This is a good position for Bilton Matt to be in right now. He's got one of his pit stops done, potentially. I think he went soft medium, so that would be one of 2 pit stops done for the Williams driver, and he's already in P3. The only way that he can really lose out here is if Mivako and the deck are able to one-stop this race. But even then, look at that, already getting past the Racing Point, and side by side going to the hairpin. Who's it gonna be? And look, just able to brake so much later on that fresher tire. Oh, cuts in front of him there. That's a bit dangerous. Good reaction time from the deck to avoid collision there. Gonna watch that on the replay here on the stream. Because Built Matt just cutting towards the apex at the end, and the deck having to slam on his brakes to stop, but that's going to cost him a lot of speed down the back straight. But not enough. Actually, look at that. It's going to cost him more than that because now the deck is... F1 Richie is under pressure, or pressuring rather, the deck. The deck is under pressure from F1 Richie. Words are hard this morning. Here we go. F1 Richie getting very close. And is he going to make a move down into... here is he going to wait for the DRS straight. I would wait till the DRS straight here, but it is possible to take your opponent by surprise. Slide one down the inside, kind of like a little move at Raskas in Monaco, but catch him sleeping, but he's going to wait till the DRS straight. And is he going to be going for it? No, again, he's just going to tuck in behind. By this time, there's a lot of race to go. We're only on lap 11 out of 35. And, yeah, lots of racing. There you go, into the hairpin. He's going to get another good exit. Tuck in behind the racing point. Oh, and that's, I think there was contact. That's an end plate going very high. And I think Richie just having a much, much better launch than the deck and going right into the back of him, because I saw that racing point kind of moving across the track, probably because of the impact of the Ferrari. And F1 Richie, despite the missing end plate, doesn't look like it's costing him too much downforce. Just gonna ride on board with him here, see how his red's affected by that. It's a corner like this coming up that we're gonna be able to tell just how much he can throw the car in still. Yeah, a bit understeery, but it looks like he's able to control it, so possibly not as much damage as we thought there. And it's certainly not ideal. But it could be worse, I think, for F1 Richie. Bit of a battle going on here towards the lower end of the top 10. Scarlogan and Hartman going at it. Hartman having a solid race there in 10th. We haven't seen too much of him, but he's been slowly working his way up the field. Getting a bit loose out of the corner. Oh, he's going to go down the inside of Scarlo here. And Red Bull on Haas. Red Bull braking late. I think they make contact. And down the inside, oh, are they squeezing? There you go, and they've crashed. Hartman just pushing Scarlogan right into the wall, I think. And, yeah, that's got to be on Hartman, I got to say, because it looks like diving down the inside, he made contact with the Haas. And then coming out of the corner, I think they might have touched wheels. And Scarlogan getting just sent right into the wall, breaking that wing. That's going to be an extra pit stop for the Haas, taking him out of contention there. Catastrophic on the hard tires. Now that's interesting. First car on the hards today. Yeah, definitely. First car on the hards today. Only one car on the softs, and that's the Stunik trying to make up that time he lost being on the mediums early on in the race.
You got this.
It's going to be interesting to see the onboards of those drivers. At least from the stream angle, it definitely looked like Hartman going wide out of that turn right into Scar. I don't think Scar can be to blame there. He was sufficiently along the outside, I think, to be entitled to that room on the racetrack. But obviously with the onboard evidence, it's going to be a little bit different. Oh, the deck in the pit. And that's going to be his first pit stop of the race. And where is he going to go on? So the deck on a 2-stop here. It's going to be interesting to see where he comes out in terms of his teammate. Actually, I think Kata, I don't know what happened to Kata. He must have had a disastrous pit stop because, or the hard tires just aren't working, because those two were right next to each other, and now there's a solid 20 seconds in between. Kata's advantage, though, is that he doesn't have to pit again. Now, I'm just going to try to call in my pit wall insider info. Is there rain forecast? No, just cloudy? Okay. Guess we're just getting a bit of cloud cover then. It was getting a little bit dark, so I was starting to get concerned that maybe we're going to see a damp track. but not the case. Ooh, is that Mivako losing a position to Bill and Matt down the back straight? It is. And of course, Mivako not pitting yet, so I think they're both still one stop to go. And Mivako on the much older tire compound, so he's going to be looking to get his advantage towards the end of this race. Interesting to see if Mivako can stretch these medium tires out, because if he can stretch these medium tires out to 20 laps, that means he can basically stretch out a set of softs, hopefully a set of softs until the end after that. It'd be super cool to see him do a one stop. But at this point, I think he's going to be going on the hard tires all the way to the end. It's a sensible solution. Of course, that means Built Matt's going to be much faster, so I think Mivako just trying to scrape together the best out of the strategy he was given. Of course, getting a qualifying ban, I believe, for readying up early at the end of last race. 15 drivers, or 15 people watching now. Thank you to everybody who's in the live stream. Thank you for showing your support. Thank you for being in the chat, commenting, and of course liking the stream. Of course, don't forget we have a Tier 2 race coming up very, very shortly. Oh, Mivako in the pits. There you go. And what tires is he going to put on? Yeah, we have a Tier 2 race coming up in an hour. That's going to be really, really interesting. Around this track, of course, and then Tier 1 right after that. But yeah, thank you guys for all the support and being in the stream. And shout out to you guys if you're in the chat right now. And maybe drop a little comment in the chat. Let me know you're still watching. Who do you think is going to be winning this race? We have a couple of contenders. We got Built and Matt, who's out in front. F1 Richie looking strong so far today, trying to improve his championship odds. Aizen, of course, looking very strong this weekend. Chill Mo with a strong performance as well. Everyone's just racing very well so far today. Of course, I mean, last but not least, Mivako. After that pit stop, I believe, yeah, on the hard tires, he's going to be going to the end. So if you guys are in here, if you guys can hear me asking this, you're not just driving and racing and watching the stream at the same time, drop me in the chat who you guys think is going to be standing on the podium on that top step there at the end of this race. Mivako trying to hunt down Krago, sorry, for 6th place. Coming out of that pit stop, it's going to be interesting to see how those hard tires work with him, because the deck, or sorry, not the deck, but Catastrophic in the Racing Point, just not getting any traction, not getting any speed on those hard tires. He's way down the grid, actually chasing down ISRL X here. And ISRL X talking a big game about not letting his teammate through. I don't even think they've seen each other on the racetrack so far. Mivako just going way up the grid, and ISRL X idling there in around 12th or 13th. Is going to be, if there's a safety car, of course, you could bunch up everybody together. Haven't had any so far, no VSC either. Oh, Estunic in the pits again for his 3rd stop of the day. And Mivako already closing down. I think those hard tires are starting to work pretty well for him. I think Krago also has quite worn tires. Or, no, actually, just 8 laps. So, it's interesting to see here. Krago, I guess, just not able to match Mivako's pace. Mivako getting a very, very good amount of grip on those tires. Not unlike... yeah, not like Catastrophic had. I thought those hard tires weren't going to be any good. Down the inside. Oh, onto the grass. He's forced onto the grass by Krago. But good job saving that by Mivako. Keeping the car under control. No damage to him. Maybe just a little bit of grass on the tires. Krago, I think, just going for the defensive move, but moving way too late. And good reaction all around from the drivers to avoid an accident there. Mivako getting ahead, and I think he's going to, yeah, he's definitely going to be keeping this position on and forwards onto 5th place. You see Joe Dimas just up ahead there. Saw him at the corner of the screen, ahead further down the straight. 2.6 ahead of Mivako. He's going to put his dad down and go about closing that gap now. Further down the field here, we got Astunik and Scar Logan. Astunik not having the race he wants to have, I think, already on his third stop. It's going to be interesting to see how the penalties affect this race, because it's quite an easy track to cut the corners on here. Of course, curbs not playing a huge role, but playing a big enough one that you gotta ride them all the way. Like, they're not gonna stop your lap time, they're not gonna cost you too much time, but you gotta take full advantage of them. And with that comes risking corner cutting penalties. And I've been seeing that the my little ticker there at the bottom coming up every so often, telling me this person or that person has a penalty. So definitely expect some guys to drop and gain some positions out of as a result of that, and definitely expect even in the higher positions near the podiums. I think Mivako, I've seen his name come up a few times, to be affected by that and drop down in what would have otherwise been a very good race for them. A student getting closer to Scar Logan here. Down to within a second here. Hartman going to the pits. Actually, cutting into this battle. These guys, they've been chasing each other down, but they're actually getting close to catastrophic as well. Might see a little three-car battle here between the Racing Point, the Haas, and the Alpha Tauri. You can see the powerful effect of the Slipstream there. Oh, is the student going to go for it? No, he's not. He's going to dive in behind there. I thought about it. You can see him pulling out there. Oh, and look how close they are here. Scar Logan going to go down the inside, thinks about it, dives back in, and that's letting Astunik try to move around the outside. Scar Logan thinking about a move around the outside. Astunik thinking about the inside. They touch, they're going to lose some time, but at least they don't wreck, and they're going to go right back to hunting down catastrophic. Trying to make the most of these corners, trying to take lines that don't really affect, that don't get affected by the dirty air of the car in front. Astunik down the inside of Scar Logan here, and down into turn 8, and oh, getting squeezed out by the Haas. Has to slam on the brakes and take a very tight line around that corner. Elbows out, they're not playing nice out there. And now Scar Logan trying to go down the inside of Catastrophic. Not going to make it work. Catastrophic doing a very good job of holding these guys behind him. But now down the straight, he's going to be very vulnerable. He doesn't have the RS. They do. And is Scar Logan going to be able to catch up? And seeing him closing in. No, not able to catch up here. But he gets another zone. He just gets a very... Oh, actually, gets such a good run through that he makes contact with Catastrophic. And he has to back off. And now is Astunik going to be able to get close? No, Astunik losing a little bit of time here. I think just letting them get out there. Let's pull up the telemetry so we can see how they're working with the RS. Astunik trying the same thing as last time, going up down the inside of Scar Logan there. Oh, big swerve as they get all out of sync onto the grass a little bit. And they're fighting. Oh, man. Big battle here. Some of our leaders are pitting here. Oh, but look at this. The student down the inside trying to get cheeky on the grass. Not going to work there. It's going to cost him time down the straight. Oh, big corner cut there from the student. Getting that corner all wrong. Taking a bit of an interesting line. But onto... he's not... Oh, Scar Logan out braking himself. Oh, look at that. Astunik. Scar Logan outbraking himself, letting ISRL Scarlo go deep in the corner. Catastrophic has to compensate, and Stunik getting right down the inside, taking both positions. They're going to go 3 wide down the straight, and into the chicane they touch. They touch Scar Logan and Catastrophic. Scar Logan's going to dive into the pits. Oh, man. making wheel-to-wheel contact, and they're both going to go straight through. That's going to give Stunek an unlikely position there. I don't know if he took a penalty for that big corner cut. I don't know if he went left of the bollard either, but he's going to get 13th here. And Scar Logan's going to be forced to pit. He's going to put, oh, he has a penalty. So he's going to serve his penalty, put another set of hards on. Another set of hards on. Scar Logan has 2 sets of hards. I've never seen that. But catastrophic, losing a lot of time, must suck for him more than most because he was having such a good battle, and now it's just getting tangled together with the Haas and just losing it, losing the position to his student. But that was a great battle we've seen. We had at the front while this was happening quite a few pit stops, and this has shaken up the order. Built Matt still in first, Mivako in second, Craigo in third, the deck in fourth. Aizen 5th, F1 Richie 6th, Chilmo down in 7th, but Chilmo is on that medium tire compound. He's going to be fast from now to the end. And the deck up 10 positions, Mifako up 13. Some great driving from quite a few of these guys here. Alright, sorry about that, folks. There's just getting a bit of a drink of water there. Kind of get my throat a bit dry from all this talking. Hey, apparently it's the Tour de France right now. It's also Le Mans, if you guys didn't know. Yeah, if you weren't paying attention, if you're living under a rock this weekend, it's I believe Le Mans is about to end, or has ended recently. Yeah, I think it just ended. But yeah, so anyways, we got 11 laps to go here. And Mivako up into first place. He's running low on ERS, so he's going to have to recharge. Whoop. And, alright. Anyways, back to the race. Look at this battle here, raging on through the midfield. And as these last rounds of pit stops are coming along, you're going to see these strategies starting to collapse kind of onto each other. And these cars that were otherwise not in... Gexy, Mivako leading because he's on a one-stop strategy. Everyone else is on a two-stop. So, yeah, he's done one less stop than everybody, that's why. Yeah, Craigo getting himself up into P3. The deck in fourth. F1 Richie, though, he's right behind them. Look at this train of cars. All the colors of the rainbow in this one. DRS train down the back straight. Here comes the deck down the inside of Craigo. He's going to get the move done before the chicane. Very well done. And into the pits goes Craigo. Into the pits goes Aizen as well for their last stop of the race. I think we're seeing the gap here from Built Matt all the way to Mivako closing down dramatically. He's got Scar Logan for company in front of him, but unfortunately that car is ghosty. He just has to get past him. And we see Mivako right down the straight there. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Oh, that's the Stunek. And that's coming out of the last corner. Is that in the pits or is that on track? I think that's in the pits. Catastrophic pitting again, getting off these hard tires. I thought he was going to go to the end. But nope, getting onto the medium tire compound. Or the softs even maybe until the end. ISRL X, and as a result, ISRL X getting into the top 10. But that's a long cry from his teammate, who's up into P1 right now. But yeah, like I was saying, Built Matt, he's on the fresh mediums. He's got so much more pace than Mivako. And look at that, the gap from 3 to 1.2 in a single lap. Chris, what's going on in my background? Fallen Monkeys is going on in my background because we live together. So if whatever you're hearing in the background is actually this man right here. He's about 10 feet away, not even 10 feet away from me. 5 feet away from me. Yeah, that's where I get my insider pit wall knowledge on the weather and certain tire strategies. And how that the Alfa Romeos don't have team orders. Another yellow flag there. That was Scar Logan, I believe, just going off track. Built Matt and Mivako, though, finally, they're going at it. And look how easy that move was. Built Matt just cruising past the Alfa Romeo down the straight, up into P1. And looking strong for a win here, unless Mivako has something to say about it. No DRS, don't care, says Mivako. Actually, he does care a little bit. Not going to get the move done there. But social distancing, right? Yeah, but we live together, so, like, we don't really have a choice. He's not just here for fun, like, we actually live together. Oh my god, crowd really loving Joe Dimas here. Sorry for that really loud clapping. This game has a couple of audio bugs around this circuit, I've found out. Mivako already dropping out of DRS range on Built and Matt. Dexy saying let the man concentrate. Yeah, I got 2 screens to concentrate on. I got 3 actually. So I'm looking at Monkey's screen, I'm looking at my screen, and then I'm looking at my laptop for the chat. Joe Dimas, look at that, getting closer to Chilmo. Chilmo still having a great race in P4. Absolutely love seeing him up the field there. I really hope that he can stay there just another 6 laps. We got another yellow flag. Is that Mivako or is that Ix letting Mivako through? That's, I really hope Ix can hear me because those are some getting lapped by his teammate after saying he was not going to be nice to him. That's gotta hurt. That's definitely gotta hurt. They were talking a big game at the start of the race, but unfortunately now Ix a lap down from his teammate who started like way at the back of the grid. So not the race Ix wanted to go, definitely the race Mivako wanted to have. How are the penalties looking? There's a lot of them. Mason Harris with a 3, that doesn't matter, he's out. Hartman with a 3, Ix with a 3, Mivako with a 3, Aizen with a 5, that's been served, Scar Logan with a 3, Chilmo with a 3, another 3 for Fallen Monkeys, a 3 for Yen, a 3 for Estunik, a 5 for Estunik, a 3 for the deck, Estunik another 3, so Estunik, but he's out so it doesn't matter, Built Matt with a 3, Scar Logan with another 3, F1 Richie with a 3, the deck with another 3, Hartman, Ostunik, Krago. It looks like they're pretty evenly distributed, to be honest with you. I'm seeing all the leaders' names pop up in here. And yeah, I think if the penalties do affect something, it's going to be further down the grid. Maybe even F1 Richie. I've seen his name pop up a few times. The deck as well. One person I've not seen a lot is this man right here, Chilmo. I think he's only gotten 1 penalty so far. So Chilmo is looking very strong right now. Joe Dimas with a few penalties. I believe more penalties than Chilmo. So if even if he gets past him, Chilmo definitely should just take it easy and let Joe Dimas pull him along the racetrack. He's going to get past him on penalties post finish line. So as we stand right now, we got 5 laps to go when the leaders cross the line here. Bilton Matt, oh, ISRL X, did he get past Mivako again? Reminder to ISRL X that even if he is blue flag, just because he's a ghost doesn't mean he doesn't have to pull over and let the cars through. But yeah, as we stand, Bilton Matt, Mivako, F1 Richie, that's your top 3. Chilmo in 4th. Pressured right behind him. That's Joe Dimas in the McLaren, in the Mercedes that you see. Crago in 6th. A's in 7th. The Deck in 8th. But he's got a lot of penalties. I've seen his name pop up a few times. Hartman in 9th. Cozy in 10th. Yend, X, Catastrophic, Fallen Monkeys, and Scar Logan. And then we have 2 retirements. Studik and Mason Harris. But here we go now. 4 minutes to go. If the crowd could please stop clapping, we're going to take a look at Chilmo and Joe Dimas' closest battle on track right now. As we wind down this race. And no new comments in the stream, but once again, yeah, thank you everyone who's watching this. Sorry you had to hear me struggle and stumble on my words there. Caffeine not fully taking effect this morning, and I'm missing my co-com partner. It's been quite lonely up here in the booth, but luckily these guys have given us quite a good race. And yeah, if you're in here, don't go anywhere. I see Mexic. Thank you for subscribing, by the way. Thank you for watching as well. Don't go too far, because right after this race at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's in 45 minutes, we got Tier 2, and then right after that we got Tier 1. So we got some racing at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve all day today, and it's going to be some 3 exciting races, getting faster and faster before we get to the full qualifying 50% Tier 1 Grand Prix. Joe Dimas trying his best to get past Chilmo, but Chilmo's doing a very good job holding him back. I don't think I've seen this kind of pace on Chilmo ever. He's just on fire out there and holding Joe Dimas back lap after lap here. I don't think I've seen Joe Dimas get close enough to make a move at all here. Oh, is that Scar Logan, I believe, spinning out in the hairpin? And that's a Red Bull. Is that trying to avoid him, maybe? That's Joseph Cozy. Yeah, it is. Joseph Cozy is going to lose the position to Yend. Still in P11, so I wouldn't worry too much about that if I were him. Only 3 laps to go. You got to keep your head down and get back in it. Be great if we could get that camera angle, but on Chilmo's car. There you go. We see Joe Dimas, look how close they get in the braking zone, but Joe Dimas out-braking himself there because look, Chilmo just able to get away there and just drive off super quickly. You can see Joe Dimas just diving into that split stream, trying to get close. But Mo just working that ERS very well. He's gotten a lot better at ERS management. I remember a couple of weeks ago, we would frequently see him with no ERS in the middle of a battle. And I gotta say, I'm seeing some clear improvements to Chilmo's driving throughout the year, and culminating right now into P4 at the Canadian Grand Prix. 2 laps to go for Chilmo. He just has 2 laps of holding back Joe Dimas. And he's set for a great result here. If he can catch up to F1 Richie as well, might be set for a podium, because F1 Richie has quite a few penalties. can see just how much better his line through that set of corners is compared to Joe Dimas. And Joe Dimas, actually, because of that mistake, he's going to fall out of DRS range, and that's going to basically, I think that's going to save Chilmo for the end of this race here. Oh, and is that Joseph Cozy again having another spin? Come on, Joseph, the race is nearly done. You're nearly there, man.
I think you might be okay.
Keep it planted.
2 laps to go.
And on to the last lap we go. Chilmo still holding off Joe Dimas, and wow, what a drive for the AlphaTauri driver. They're only up 3 positions, but just solid race pace all around, and absolutely great performance here. Mivako getting himself up into a podium as well. We've seen some great drives today in Canada, I do have to say. Some exciting battling as well between quite a few cars. But, oh, I see Chilmo low on fuel. Is that going to come affect him? We're going to see in just a second, though. Here comes Bilton Matt around the last corner. Keeps it planted. You don't want to hit the wall here. And here we go. Bilton Matt is going to win the Canadian Grand Prix. Here comes Mivako, P2. F1 Ricci crossing the line in third. Neither of them of the top 3 is going to change due to penalties. And here comes Chilmo, and he's done it. He's held off Joe Dimas all the way to the end. And Chilmo is going to place. Oh no, he's going to lose 4th place on penalties, but Joe Dimas and Chilmo switching just at the end. That's 4th and 5th. 4th and 5th for Joe Dimas and Chilmo. Chilmo with a great race here, finishing 5th place. Craigo in 6th, 7th for Azen. The deck in 8th, and crossing the line right after that, the Hartman, the Hartman of Red Bull, the Red Bull of Hartman Esports, with Yen right after him. They're going to switch positions though. Oh, and big spin there. Ooh, lucky that's after the race. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Canadian Grand Prix. We're going to see if we can get some of these drivers in for an interview quickly. This was quite an exciting race. Surprisingly, no safety cars, no VSCs. The drivers kept it clean. Saw a bit of debris on the racetrack here and there, but overall, these guys doing a very good job. It was that catastrophic with no fuel and no front wing. Not the race he wanted, that's for sure. Driver of the day, Mivako. Yeah, that's a well-deserved in-game driver of the day. So I'm going to invite some of the drivers here. Got Mivako in perfect. And there you go, just sent a quick invite. Before we get started with Mivako, though, the final grid got Bilton Matt in first, Mivako second, F1 Ricci in third, Joe Dimas in fourth, Chilmo with a great 5th place result, Craigo 6th, Ace in 7th, the deck 8th, that's a good result for him too, starting 14th, Yend in 9th, Hartman 10th, 11th is Cozy, Ix in 12th, Monkeys in 13th, Catastrophic 14th, ISRL Scar Logan in 15th, and then the DNFs, we got Stunik and Mason Harris in 16th and 17th. But Mivako, you are in the party. We got you already. You know how this works. Tell us about that race.
Well, that was not what I expected. I sure have the quali ban, and I started from P15, and at the start of the race it was quite chaotic. At the back there's quite some cars who lose it, spin it, but I avoid those collisions and I keep pushing on the mediums. And it's quite, my pace on the mediums was really good, fast. The penalties were, I think I had 3 seconds, so my pace was really good. And then at the end, the hards, and I saw Bilton on his fresh mediums. He passed me, and on the end I see he has 6-second penalty and I 3, so I pushed like hell for the 3 seconds, but it didn't happen. But great race from both of F1 Richie and Bilton.
Yeah, it was a fun race to watch. I'll give you that. Now I believe you did a one stop. Is that right?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, so you're the
hards.
only driver doing able to successfully pull off that one. So how do the hard tires feel out there?
Quite okay. They feel bad. The first laps on the hards were like you were driving on ice because they are low in temperature, but as they are 100 degrees Celsius, the hards really good. The guards on the car.
Yeah, you looked like you were making them work there, catching up to Bilton Matt, and then passing him before he passed you back. But good race overall. This is definitely helping your championship because this was a race I think that your rivals were looking at in a way to gain a lot of points on you. Of course, you starting at the back and everything, but you made the most of that with the one stop. You're able to get track position ahead of them and get some extra points. What are you looking for? We got Mexico coming up. We got Singapore after that before our next break. What are you looking for in those two races to hopefully help you solidify the championship?
So I think like catastrophic, start at the back, one stop, and be in the podium each week. I think that's the new strategy. But I think the next couple of races, they are this. I need to get on the podium each race because if I didn't get the podium, the guys behind me come closer and closer. Just keep the podium.
Absolutely. Well, great race from you. Thank you for tuning into the interview. F1 Richie, I think we got you here as well. Hey, how's it going? How do you feel about that race? Tell us how it was. I'll pause you for just a second. If you just, we can't hear you on the stream, so if you just open up your party options and let your mic be shared so that we can hear your answers. If you just open up the party and go to party settings, and then allow your voice to be shared and always allowed.
Okay.
All right, perfect. And yeah, so tell us about that race.
That was really tough. Belton had great pace from the start, and he kept the gap to me right up to the pit stop. And I couldn't believe the way Mbaco came through the field. He did a brilliant job. And I got some damage later on when I was behind one of the slower cars, which damaged my wing slightly, but the car was handling alright. But then when I had the second pit stop, of course, they changed the front wing, so that lost me a few positions and some time. But luckily I managed to scrape it back to the podium.
Yeah, it was a good race for you there. Saw you getting involved in a couple of good battles. Is there anything you would have done differently in that race, maybe to get your car higher up on the podium?
Well, the last two laps I did in qualifying, I invalidated them when I was doing a better lap. That could have helped if I'd been on pole. Perhaps I could have kept Belton back. But other than that, I don't think there's anything I could have done any better.
And you have 2 races before the next break. You have 10 races before the end of the season. What is it going to take to get past Mivako?
That's a good question. I mean, I'm new to the league, so I don't know what races, what tracks he's strong on. I think I'll be fairly strong in Mexico. Singapore is going to be a bad one for me. I'm not keen on that track at all. So we'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see you in action again next weekend at the Mexican Grand Prix for round 9 of 18, the halfway point of the season. But thank you both for tuning into the for joining in on the interview. Thank you to everybody who's tuned into the stream, for watching, leaving a comment, liking, or whatever it is you did here. And we'll see you guys in about half an hour for the Tier 2 race. And right here, Circuit Villeneuve in Canada, the ISRL home race. It's a big weekend for us. We're going to see 3 great races, and we'll see you guys in just over half an hour. Thank you for tuning in.